Hey guys, so this is Learning Sequence 1, Industrialisation. This is your introduction to the unit, and this learning sequence should help you have a little bit of a basic understanding about how the agricultural revolution led on to the industrial revolution. So with this learning sequence, you'll start off with an engagement task. Now in class, you'll do a four corners activity where you agree, strongly disagree, and disagree to the statements. But when you're accessing this from home, you'll click this discussion link here. So every time there's a discussion, you'll see it written in green, bold, large font with the word here, and you know that you're going to contribute to a discussion. So after you look at the PowerPoint, you'll contribute something that you've thought about, something you wonder since participating in that activity. And what you'll also find with the discussions is that you'll need to post something before you can see other people's replies. In this learning sequence, we're learning to understand the historical importance of the Industrial Revolution, which means why does it matter? Why do we have to learn about it hundreds of years later? And we'll find out some of the reasons, particularly how what we use today is impacted by inventions that happened in the Industrial Revolution. You'll be successful if you can answer questions related to the key events of the Industrial Revolution. And when we answer these questions, we want to make sure that there's as much detail as possible in your responses. You'll then watch a video by me about the Industrial Revolution, which is kind of an introduction from the Agricultural Revolution into the Industrial Revolution and gives you a little bit about the backstory. Now, most of this information comes from the document here. So if you are a reader, if you like to learn by reading, you can go through and read this text either in addition to the video or instead of the video, because all of the information that I talk about comes from there. When we get to the targeted learning section, you'll see that there are different tasks depending on your ability. So if you received approaching standard result at the end of history, you'll complete task A, where you draw a picture and you'll label what the Industrial Revolution looks like to you, and that's based on the video that you've watched with me talking through. You'll think about 3 questions you have about the Industrial Revolution, 2 things you now know, and 1 thing that you wonder. If you're someone who received a C or a B result, so an at or above standard result, you're going to complete the following. You'll read through this overview paragraph that's located here, which you can just download to your devices, and you'll think of 2 questions you have from the article, and you'll answer these 3 questions. If you are well above standard, if you're someone who received an A result at the end of last year, you'll complete task C. So you'll actually have a look at this table below. You'll think about what you've learnt so far, and then in your exercise books, I want you to really think deeply about the below situations and what you would have changed and what the results or the consequences would have been from those changes. So for example, if we didn't make roads, what would the consequence be now? If we made more roads than we have now, what would the consequence, what would the result be now? So really get into a real depth of understanding with that. Finally, there's a tic-tac review game that we'd only play in class, so for working at home, this one gets skipped over. When you have finished your learning, you're going to press the submit button, and this is actually going to take you to an assignment page. And when you get to your assignment page, you'll be able to put in the work that you have finished, and then you'll be able to submit it to your teacher. And finally, if you find that you have flown through all of that and you want to do more, there is an extend me button at the very end. Please, please, please note that this is only if you've had all of your learning completed and you've got lots of time to spare. But if that is the case, you'll press extend me and you'll have some other tasks and you'll be able to submit them just through that same submit me button, and yeah, you can get those done that way. So hopefully that helps you with learning sequence 1 and how to access it. I will be making some more of these videos so that each learning sequence makes a little bit more sense. Okay, good luck.